You know what it is, black and snurdy, black and snurdy, black and snurdy, black and snurdy.
You know who it is, black and snurdy, black and snurdy, black and snurdy, black and snurdy.
Ode, Maurice, Ode, Maurice.
Maurice, Ode, Maurice, Ode.
Black and snurdy, black and snurdy.
Black and snurdy, black and snurdy.
Hey, oh.
Yes, Mo.
Are you ready?
Let's go.
Black and snurdy, black and snurdy, black and snurdy, black and snurdy. It's the Black and Snurdy podcast with Ode and Maurice.
Hello, everybody.
How's everybody doing out there?
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Happy Resurrection Sunday.
Mhm.
Happy. I forget the name of the pagan holiday that this. It's the holiday of fertility, sex and fertility.
Happy Fucksgiving.
It should be called that, right? I'm gonna look it up so that I can. I'm gonna look it up so that I can tell you the name of it.
Yeah. Anyhow, while you're looking it up, welcome to the Black and Sturdy podcast, a podcast where just a couple of sexy nerds get together to chat, chop it up, and all of the above. I, of course, am Maurice. This is...
And I'm Odie.
Of course. And, yeah, we're back with another week of fun and merriment.
Merriment. I found the name.
What is it called?
It's Esther is linked to the pagan springtime goddess Estri, Eostre, celebrated during the spring equinox. So
it's called Estri?
I think that's at least that's the goddess. Something's happening.
I don't know what's happening.
And I don't know why. It's like when I get close. But hello, Raleigh native.
Hello there. How's it going?
Anyway, yes. We're back. We were on a little bit of a hiatus because as you can tell, of my glowy, chocolatey skin that is at least
mid chocolate.
90%. At least
maybe
90%. I was on vacation in Phuket, Thailand.
And also Seoul for a little bit.
Yes, I was in Seoul for a little bit. I didn't get to go outside the airport, but I did get to do. I did get to walk around the airport.
You got to meet those airport robots.
There were so many robots. They were so cute. I got to take a shower in the airport. I got a massage in the airport. I had delicious
How much
food.
did that run you, the massage?
In American dollars, it was like $66.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't like, crazy pricey.
Yeah.
It was like because I knew that they had spas in the airport. So I budgeted in that I wanted to get at least one massage in the airport because my flight was from New York to Seoul was like 11 or 13. No, maybe it was like 14 hours. And then from Seoul to Thailand was 6 hours.
Yeah.
And then, so on my way back, I was like, I know I'm going to be tired. I know I'm going to be I want to see how it works. And I had a very lovely massage before my 15-hour flight. And after my massage, I got to take a shower. And they gave me because I got a massage, they gave me a towel. Otherwise, you have to bring your own towel stuff, but they had like soap in there for you to use.
Okay.
But yeah, it was very relaxing. Although one thing they have I don't know, I think it's pronounced Icheon. They have this like tourist thing where you can go and see the city, and they have like the whole like experience, right? And they also have stuff in the airport, which I was very excited about, which is why I picked having a 11-hour layover instead of having just a 3-hour layover, because I wanted to be able to go out. However, when you get there, it's like you have to have requested like a tourist visa the day before. I did not know that. But two, none of the little tourist visa places were
Open.
and there was never anyone at the stations, and every time I would see a station, it would have a note talking about like they're understaffed, and so you have to go to this next one. But I was in that airport for 11 hours, and I was walking around, and I didn't see one person in any of these supposed stations. And then they had one where it was
Wasn't it a weekend when you left? Maybe it was closed.
When I came in, it was on a Monday.
Okay.
I landed in Seoul at like, I want to say it was maybe 7:45 a.m. Mm-hmm. So at some point, I was like, I figured someone would be there, and it didn't say closed. Mm-hmm. And then they were supposed to have one of those little sections, like a tour, a cultural thing, in the airport. Mm-hmm. But it was blocked off. They were doing a lot of construction in the airport.
Right.
So that annoyed me a little bit. But otherwise, it was a beautiful trip. I cannot wait to go back. I loved Thailand, and it was amazing. So as we are back, do you want to go into our questions?
Yes,
with
I do.
M and O?
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
All right. Close your eyes.
Check. For some reason, I feel like I'm not hearing myself in the headphones.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's just my headphones. I don't know.
Is it because it's connected to your phone?
Yeah, no, it's not connected to my phone. I don't know. I'm not sure. But it's fucking with me.
Mercury's in shadow right now, and so tech problems are gonna be just being annoying.
All right, yeah. Anyhow, what's up with these questions?
All right. Close your eyes. Okay. Pick one.
Where? Okay. What's your favorite thing to do outside? Not go outside. That's my favorite thing to do outside, is to avoid the outside at all costs. Fuck outside. Outside is bullshit. There's nothing good outside. Like, I am going to be like Bill from not The Walking Dead, from The Last of Us, and just be like an indoor hermit. No. I don't know. Like, I like swimming, I would say.
Swimming?
Yeah, I would say swimming is probably my favorite thing to do outside.
I would say
I wish I had access to like a pool, because then I would swim more often than anything. Like, that would be my exercise of choice, would be to swim.
Well, I've been looking into swim classes.
Oh, really?
There's
well,
pools. They have like the places. Most of the places.
What, like at the Y?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And there's one pretty close. So
how close are we talking?
A 30-minute or less.
You see, this is why I ask you
close.
How close.
That's close.
Because you're close and my close is two different
That's
fucking
30
closes.
minutes or less.
30 minutes or less is not fucking close.
It is.
What, is this 30 minutes walking or 30 minutes on the train or combined?
I think it's combined.
Oh my god.
No, like
Get
I
outta
mean,
here.
it'll be like 30. It's not that long. I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna tell you it's not.
All right.
Either way,
what do you like to do outside?
What I like to do outside. Oh, it's hard.
You know, it's hard out here for
because you know what? A perfect place would have like a beach section, and then having like a grassy knoll where there's like trees where you can sit, and then also have like little, like a little, I don't know, festival things, like, you know, like at the
Sorry, I'm listening. I'm listening. It's just I really think there's something wrong with my headphones.
The light's on.
Yeah, I know the light is on, but for some reason I'm not hearing anything out of my actual headphones.
Do you want to switch headphones?
No.
See if it works.
Oh, you know what? Duh, because it's not plugged in.
Oh my god.
Troubleshooting 101.
There you go.
No wonder it was trying to like pick up on the thing. There we go. There we go. Much
better.
I think. Yep, much better. There we go. Yeah, that was. It was gonna bother me the entire podcast if I didn't figure out
No,
what was
I'm
going
glad
on.
you did.
All right, yeah. So
okay, so I like being near the water.
Mhm.
I also like laying in the grass.
Okay.
And being able to like pop over and get a snack.
so choose your favorite thing.
That's what I said. It's having a beach area and a grassy knoll.
That's your favorite thing is
Like
is
going-
just the scenery
No, it's going to the if you're at the beach.
to do. Like, what is your favorite thing to do? Activity, verbs. Like, come on now. You're just describing the outside.
Ow!
Jeez.
Ow! My side.
And I don't even have my my notepad to write down the episodes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, to do. Let's see. My favorite thing to do outside. Well, I would say can go to the beach and swim in the water. Or well, not swim. Be in the water.
Just be in the water.
Well, I can't. I'm not gonna swim in the ocean.
Okay. Well, yeah. There we
Yeah.
go. To do.
Okay. Yes. Good. Ow, my side is really cramping up.
I don't know why. Maybe you should slow down. Like, be inactive for once in your life.
Am doing that. I haven't even been that active today.
Mm-hmm. Running around, walking dogs and shit.
I mean,
Speaking of dogs, fucking Cookie over here is on punishment for shitting in my goddamn room.
she's a big baby. She's a big baby. All right, my question is,
Where is that dog anyway?
Cookie? I heard her shaking her.
I hear a fucking chain over there. There
she
you
is.
go.
Hi, Cookie. What music remind you of childhood? Well, that's those songs we were listening to earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
like listening to SWV and 112,
Yeah.
and like early Puffy, when he was still Puff Daddy.
So for real.
Oh my God!
I would say,
yes,
yeah,
So for real. I think that
Candy Rain for sure.
yeah,
Definitely
like that's
makes me think of my
still
childhood.
my favorite song. Did I told you about the adventure that my sister and our childhood
Yes,
friend
you
went
have
to try
told
to
me
find
that story multiple times.
Oh, we tried to find their house.
And every time you tell that story, you start the story by saying, "Did I ever tell you about that adventure that we went on to try to find the fucking house?"
Consistency.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway, yeah, I feel like stuff like that. I would say beyond Destiny's Child.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Brownstone.
Brandy. Anything that's
Oh,
Brandy.
yeah, Brandy.
Definitely would take me back.
Yeah, but I mean, like anything from the '90s, early aughts,
Mm-hmm.
the early 2000s. Oh, yeah, it's gonna. And like, if you're saying childhood, it's like I'm thinking of like 13 and under. Not
Yeah, that's-
necessarily like when I was a teenager.
Yeah, childhood. That's 13 and under.
Okay.
Or that's under 13. We're not even counting 13. 13
Okay.
is like
Yeah.
shit
So I would say 90s.
before you're a teen. Yeah. So
early
the 90s.
2000s music is always gonna bring me back to being.
My
a little
dad used to
kid.
make mixtapes for us. So
Aw.
yeah, he would send because he lived in South Carolina. We lived in Baltimore. He would send us mixtapes.
That's so sweet.
And yeah, definitely Brandy heavy, Gangsta's Paradise. He would rip
Oh,
them off
yeah.
the radio.
You know what songs makes me think of being a kid? Like Sting and Rod Stewart, because when it's like that era of music, because my dad, when we would be at his house on the weekends, he would always get up early and make us breakfast.
Yeah.
And so he would be like, well, I'm up making you breakfast and I want you to be up too so we can be spending time together. And so I would be grumpily awoken to hearing freaking Sting or whatever 80s band at 7, 8 in the morning. And I would just be sitting there being, you're making me listen to terrible music while also forcing you to be awake. But I'm grateful for that because now, I mean, I grew to have such a large music catalog that I appreciate, and I appreciate all those 80s artists that he had us listening to at the wee hours of the morning.
Okay, sounds good. Is that the last question?
Yeah, that's it for now.
All right, that's it for now. So let us move on to our pop culture segment. Oops, sorry. Yeah,
No.
you no longer can do that part of the pop culture jingle.
And that is why I hate him.
Yeah.
Well, first, I wanted to say happy Neurodiversity Month. As two neurodivergent people, we are happy to have a month that celebrates the differences that our brains bring to the world.
Our brains are fully mental.
Oh my god. It was also World Autism Day on the 2nd. So
Awesome.
there's lots of everyone, if you're not sure what neurodiversity is or autism or ADHD or really just there's a whole list.
I gotta come up with another fucking icebreaker question for tomorrow. I'm sick of these icebreaker questions. I'm sick of them.
Say, well, do you ask them when is neurodiversity?
That's the question. When is neurodiversity?
When is neurodiversity
Month? When is it?
Yeah.
How is each of them gonna answer that question?
They're gonna be
This
like,
month.
I don't know.
This month. This month.
They won't
this
know.
month.
They're like,
This
never
month.
heard of neurodiversity.
They're gonna Google it.
They're gonna Google it.
Yeah, they're gonna fucking Google it.
Yes. Well, you'll think of some. I'll send you some. I'll think of some.
There's like I feel like there's
usually
like a
Google them.
list of hundreds of questions and stuff like that. Worst come to worst, I'll just pull something from one of these damn topics questions that I fucking have.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Anyhow,
Sorry.
but
I'm.
you're getting the feeds up.
No, I'm trying to like breathe because the juice went down the wrong
pipe, yeah.
and it's just like harassing me.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna do some quick updates for you,
Yes.
and then we'll get into all the bits and bobbles.
Spice.
Spice. All right. So, an update on one of the people who were involved in Pop Smoke's shooting death was sentenced to 4 years and 2 months in juvenile detention. He's 20 years old now. He was 17 when he was involved in the shooting. There were several kids that were involved. I think the people were between like 15 and 21 or something like that.
That raises the question: how old? Like, what is the cutoff from like juvenile detention
It's
versus?
18.
But
I think because he was
he was
happened, he was 17. So maybe that's what the difference is. Because I mean, this has been going on for a while now.
So like, but yeah, I guess that my confusion is that like, yes, when he committed the crime when he was 17, but like, is there just a wing of juvenile detention centers that are just filled with just men who had committed crimes when they were teenagers?
Honestly, this is the first time I've ever heard of someone being now. I don't know. They don't have his name in this article. Let me see if another one has it, because I think because of the fact that he was under 18 when this happened. When you're a juvenile, they don't publish your information, so I don't know if we'll get that. Let's see what the AP has to say.
Speaking of, no, actually has nothing to do with AP. When I think of juvenile detention centers and jails, I think of that documentary When They See Us. Not the documentary,
but
the Netflix
show.
special. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like and I'm not sure if I ever told you this, but I watched because I watched like the first couple episodes, and I was like, this is gonna be a hard watch. So maybe what I'll do is I'll watch the last episode. I watched the first episode. It was like, this is gonna be a hard watch. I was like, maybe if I watch the last episode next, then and I know where everything is going, then it'll be a lot easier for me to like get through all the other stuff. The last episode was the worst episode out of all of them. Not worse as far as like it was. Yeah, it just broke me because the last episode is the one kid who got sentenced to actual jail time. Yeah, and just his whole journey in jail and like just how much he suffered. That was just a rough watch.
I've never honestly been able to watch it. I think I saw a few moments of it, and it was too much. It's along the lines of like Fruitvale Station or
yeah. I still haven't seen Fruitvale Station. I should.
It's too much. But
it's trauma porn.
Yeah, it is exactly. So the teenager, his name is still withheld because of his age. So. I think that is probably just due to his age. But if you're a lawyer or you know more about judicial process, please let us know why that is. I'm sure that it will continue to be finishing up this case. I think there were someone else was charged alongside him, Corey Walker, who was 19, Keandre Rogers, who's 18. So perhaps he was only given juvenile detention because he wasn't playing an active part. But the articles don't say that, so I can't tell you.
Right.
But I'm sure more will come up for that. Kanye West is being sued because, well, one, parents at this Christian school the
Donda School, whatever it's called.
He's being sued by two black women who are saying they were fired as teachers from the school, and they say that it's in retaliation for being a whistleblower for violations, and they feel that they were unfairly fired because of their race, and the lawsuit, which is funny. So apparently, one violation was that the only lunch option for students was sushi every day.
Which is horrible because like sushi, anybody knows anything about sushi, it notoriously is not filling.
You have to eat a lot of sushi.
You have to eat so much fucking sushi.
I mean, the thing is, I have
gotten for it to be filling.
Really full of sushi, but that's because it was literally at this place in Queens where each roll was like $5 to $6, and they gave you like 8 pieces per roll. So for $20, you could just be stuffing yourself with sushi.
We need to go back to that spot that's nearby.
Oh, yeah.
Don't say that.
I'm not gonna say it. Yeah. I almost did, but yeah, their sushi is really good. Yeah. But like, no kid is gonna. I love sushi.
Yes.
I could probably eat sushi every day.
Yes.
That's how much I like it.
Yes.
But there's no way that you're gonna tell me that I'm forced to eat this, and then the kids couldn't bring their own food or drinks. So they had to only eat.
Ridiculous! Like, how are you gonna not let a kid bring a pack
give me
of
different
PB&J?
Am I gonna get a California roll every day? Am I getting a spicy shrimp? Am I getting like
a dragon roll?
Like, what am I getting? What type
of rainbow
sushi
roll?
Am I getting?
I want to know what type of. Was it different sushis every day?
If it's different sushis every day, I think I would be a little bit okay. A little bit because it's variety.
Yeah, I wonder if they had like vegetarian rolls for like the kids who didn't like to eat meat.
Because even in a place,
there's definitely kids who don't like to eat meat at the Donda School.
And it's like even in a place like Japan where sushi is obviously a very, like, it's like having
It's a part of the culture.
A part of the culture. You'll probably eat that way more than most kids here in the States.
Yeah.
But even then, with their school lunches, I'm sure there's a little bit more variety.
Yeah.
You know, you might get some ramen or katsu or something. Like, that's just silly. So, we'll see what happens. I hope those women win because I'm sure that I don't even have to read the lawsuit to know that they're right.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And then also sushi, like, even if they were saying he was spending like $10,000 a day on sushi, but like
a day,
or was it a day or a month? Hold on, I might don't get me the line. Per week, sorry.
All right,
but
week.
Still,
that's still a lot.
I mean, but also sushi is very, very kind of fickle. It only takes one time for there to be a bad fish order. Mm-hmm. Now the whole school's sick.
Yeah.
And playing with kids, like you don't need to have a bunch of kids.
It's pretty easy for the fish to be tainted.
Yeah. And in more rapper jail news, 3 men were convicted of murdering Extension.
XXX Tentacion.
Is that? I'm sorry. Did I say it wrong?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
you
I'm
said
sorry.
Extension.
I always thought that's how you said it.
No. XXX Tentacion.
Okay, well, the 3 men who were convicted of murdering him were sentenced on Thursday. Trayvon Newsom, Michael Boatwright, and Dedrick Williams were sentenced to life in prison without parole.
Yeah.
Which is really sad, honestly, that these 3 young men now are spending a life in prison because they took someone else's life. I mean, it's really nothing that you could ever... I can't say whether or not that is fair or just. I mean, as an abolitionist, I hate jails. Mm-hmm. But in these sort of situations, I don't know what the right answer can be. Mm-hmm. But it sometimes does feel like when they put people in jail in life without parole, it's like it feels like you're just throwing them away.
Yeah, like there's no potential for rehabilitation or whatever the other R word is. There's rehabilitation and there's
no, because recidivism is when
recidivism.
But that's not a good thing because recidivism is when people come out of jail and then go back.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. So not
But
recidivism.
what you were saying initially is correct.
Yes, for rehabilitation.
But then you think about it, if they're putting you in prison for your life and there's no desire to rehabilitate you, it's not like they put people in life in a different space and they put the people who are just supposed to be there for 4 or 5 years. So if they're not going to give those people different types of activities, so you're all in this space to not be rehabilitated, so that all of you will end up one day spending life in prison because every person in prison brings in X amount of dollars for whatever corporation or state owns them. But either way, they did the crime. That's the time that's on the books.
Now they got that time that they got to do.
It's just unfortunate that all these lives are now lost because of a bad decision. Speaking of bad decisions, not yours.
Yeah, I'm about to say like that guy.
That guy, 45, the hot cross bun of a president. Mm-hmm. Was indicted.
Fakest hay looking hair.
Well, he was indicted. And this has been about 2 weeks now, or a week.
No, this was this past Tuesday.
Oh, okay, this past Tuesday, right? Because you know what happened when I was in.
We've heard about the indictment coming down for a while.
Forever.
Yeah,
and people, when I was in Thailand, my cousins, because most of my cousins are not American.
Yes,
and they were all asking me about it. Everybody on the trip was asking me, and I was like, I don't pay attention to anything that Donald Trump does, when I don't need to. Mm-hmm. So please ask me when I get back to the United States, and then I'm forced to hear about what he's got going on. So I was actively not paying attention to what was happening. But he is made history again, which he did a lot in his presidency for terrible shit. He is the first ex-president in U.S. history to be indicted. And the reason that he's hopefully going to get locked up is falsifying business records.
Yes.
ABC News says, as a part of a scheme to reimburse former Trump attorney Michael Cohen for hush money payments to porn actress Stormy Daniels, Trump fraudulently recorded $130,000 in expenses as the cost of legal services for Cohen. So
it's always paperwork. Like, it's always fucking something.
That's why I hate admin.
That I also hate admin.
I hate doing it.
Yeah, but like it's always some clerical error. It's never. First off, criminals, the big ones, like the massive ones, they're never taken down for like the actual fucking crimes that they commit. It's always something menial that was overlooked, something really small. Capone got busted for what, taxes or some shit like that, and also ended up getting syphilis in his brain and all that shit. So it's just incredible to me that like of all the things that we know this motherfucker did and that we suspected this motherfucker did, like that this fucking hush money. All because he just didn't want to admit that he had sex with a porn star.
He said there's 34 counts against him. He pleaded not guilty, and he also said that he didn't have sex with Stormy Daniels, even though there's some videotape. I've heard rumor
that there's a
videotape.
Yeah,
and
we've all heard the rumor that there's
personally never searched that because I have no desire to see Stormy Daniels spanking Donald Trump with like, I think allegedly she was spanking him with like the Time magazine
that he was on the cover of. Oh my god!
I don't want to see that.
That's hilarious.
Can you imagine his wrinkly old butt?
No ass having wrinkles, pock
just
marks.
A slit. Just a slit in the back of
I
it.
kind of want to see that now. You're on the other side of this. I want to see it because for research purposes.
You know what it would be like? It would be like watching The Human Centipede.
Yes.
Because it's one of those things where I know I'm going to be so disgusted, but I'm also so curious.
I wonder where The Human Centipede is streaming right now. It has to be streaming somewhere, right?
Are you going to make me...
No, I'm not going to make you watch it. I want to watch it by myself.
Oh, God, thank God.
Because I think I only watched the first one. Like, and obviously the next two movies, they have to up the ante and have more human beings.
I have watched a total of like 15 minutes of that movie. I can't even say 15 minutes because the moment that it cuts to the scene where she opens her eyes and there's like, then I'm like, you know what? I don't need to see more, so I'm done. This is great. It was a great experience. Awesome.
It's
I'm
a
good.
great experience.
That was awesome.
Wow.
You did a great job. Mm-hmm. Congratulations. See you next time. And I feel like that's the feeling that I get from the Trump porn. Because it's like, do I want to be able to have sex again ever in life? You know?
Look, we're living in a post 2 girls 1 cup.
Oh,
baby.
that one.
If that didn't desensitize you from sex, then nothing will.
But I that's another one where I've not watched. The moment she went I said, you know what? This is not for me. I already know my tolerance, so I don't like go out of my way to see things that are going to scar me forever.
Yeah, I don't go out of my way to see them either, but I just so happen to end up seeing them.
I always am put in positions
I see them and
where people will try to get me to watch them.
Is.
But I'm like, I just know the maximum that I could take. And these things, I don't know if Trump's wrinkly butt is it might put me over the edge.
All right.
But also, well, so maybe someone who might be joining Trump is his bestie Clarence Thomas.
Yes.
Coon Thomas.
Do you think he'll actually, can he actually be charged with potentially this stuff?
Okay, well, so
let's get into it.
If you did not know, Justice Clarence Thomas and his wife Ginny Thomas, who also helped fund the insurrection, they ProPublica published a report that said they have taken luxury trips from a GOP megadonor and conservative businessman, Harlan Crow, and that these trips were not disclosed on Thomas's public financial filings with the Supreme Court, and the people are calling this bribery. They want him to step down, of course. There's going to be an ethical committee panel looking into what happened. Some of the places that they rent were New Zealand, Indonesia, California, Georgia, and Texas. And I mean, now, California, Georgia, and Texas, you could say, all right, that's not that big of a deal. But it is Indonesia and New Zealand. I know those flights cost a lot of money, and you already know that they were not flying coach. Oh, hi, bestie. That's the Love Movement. And she left. I'm gonna text her when I'm done with this that she's rude.
The Love Movement.
No, that's my bestie, Dree. But no.
Which one? You have a million of them.
I do not have a million of them.
Yeah, you do. It's incredible the amount of people that you know and that you refer to as your friends and besties.
I have a lot of people that I love and that love me, and that is.
And I have a theory about that I'm not going to get into right now, but I have a theory.
Okay, I can't wait.
I have an interesting theory about you and your need to know every human being on the face of the earth.
I do not have a need.
Yeah, it's a compulsion. It's for
I
sure.
I do not.
It's
just
compulsion.
People just like to know me.
No.
I like to know people.
No, first off, you actively seek it out. Yes, you do.
They find me.
No one finds you.
They do. When I'm in freaking Thailand, I'm just going to the bathroom.
No one finds me. You know how no one finds me? Because I stay in my fucking house and I keep to my fucking self all the fucking time.
Can't help that
no
I go
one
outside.
Finds me.
People find me.
And
I
then
go
you
to the
talk
bathroom,
to people.
They say hello. I say hello back. I'm being polite. And next thing you know, they love me. I can't help that.
You don't have, I have a theory. And
I can't wait to hear this theory.
Explore this theory.
Well, anyway, I hope the theory is that Clarence Thomas is going to be fired because I really need him to get off the court. Although, I will say, if we fire him, will he become a martyr? He's probably in his 70s at this point.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah. Shenanigans.
It's such a dumb thing to have that be the job that you have for life.
You shouldn't be able to have that for life. I think that there needs to be, I don't know, maybe 20 years. What?
I would say 20 years.
I think
you get to have it for 20 years. And then you step down.
Because and this is not being ageist, but I do think that after a certain time period, you get very stuck in your ways unless you are a person who actively seeks to be open-minded for the duration of your life. I very much hope that for the duration of my life, that I am open and understanding of what the new generations under me are into, even if it's not something that I want to do, that I can change and all of that. But a lot of people don't have that sort of mindset. And I don't think that when you only have 10, 15 years, that you're going to be still on this earth, at 85 years old that you should be dictating laws for people that are going to have 40, 50, 60 more years.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, I think that older
there
people...
should be an age cutoff for the
and even if
job.
it's maybe not your... Like, maybe you could be in the... as an advisor, but, like, not... After a certain point, voting, like, changes, like, you just become an advisor. Because I think that we do need elders to help us lead and to show us what happened before so we don't make those same mistakes. But I think that is why you become a mentor and you pass the torch over to the next generation. You teach them what you know,
and let them lead the way.
Lead the way. Exactly.
Yeah, you show them all the beauty that they possess inside. You give them a sense of pride to make it easier, right?
Exactly.
Let their laughter remind you how you used to be.
Exactly. And that's what we need to do. So I hope he gets fired, but we'll, he'll be pardoned.
Yeah.
Or something. All right. On to other news. Okay, well, do you want me to tell you something that is going to be kind of entertainment-y and funny, or something that's kind of sad and entertainment related?
Just go with the sad thing, obviously.
Okay, so... Well, then I'll do the two sad things I have in a row.
Yes.
Amanda Bynes had a psychiatric emergency a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And I will say I'm very proud of her that she realized that she was having an issue and she went to go get help.
Yes.
Unfortunately, she was like nude at the time in California. She was in California and she was like asking people for help, and then which was what made the news, but she got in treatment. She is been admitted to a mental health hospital. She hasn't gotten a release date yet, but thankfully she is getting help. And she's not forced to be there, but she's just not ready to leave. And then she said after she finishes, she's going to do an outpatient mental health treatment program. So we're just sending you all of our love, Amanda. And we know it's been a tough. She's had a tough time.
Yeah.
These last few years. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if her whatever happened to her during her time at Nick has impacted her adulthood and why she has had such an up and down.
I wouldn't be surprised if that dude, Daniel Snyder, was involved in what kind of trauma she has to unpack,
For sure.
Yeah.
So something really shocking happened this last week. The Cash App founder, Bob Lee, was stabbed outside of a San Francisco building.
Fatally stabbed.
And he calls 911, and you could hear him like calling, and he's obviously hurt. It was very sad. I don't know what you can't see when he was stabbed in the video. You just see him.
Nor do I
stumbling.
want to.
No, I don't want to either. But he tried to get help. It didn't come in time. It's just, I hope that
Sup, Lovejoy?
I hope they find
Bye,
whoever did this. But it is really sad. And of course, people had their conspiracy theories because the, what is it called? The Federal Reserve? They're creating their own app, kind of like a Cash App type of thing. So people were like, oh, they killed him so that they could take over have a monopoly over the industry. Which, I mean, everyone could always have a B613 scandal.
Yeah.
But this could also just be this man's.
It could also be just some dude who sent a large sum of money to the wrong fucking hashtag.
And they're retaliating.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what?
Because it just takes one character off for you to send it to somewhere else, and then you can't get that money back. And then now somebody just accepts it. By the way, my Cash App is Licorish is legit.
And mine's That's OD.
So
find us
on there and give us some money. I love money. I love it. I want some more. I want all of it. I want all the money.
Well,
I keep having recurring dreams where I have all the money in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you doing with all this money?
Just sitting on a pile of it. Like it's a throne. Like I have dollar bill thrones.
That sounds like a paper cut.
Yeah. It probably is. My ass is probably just like all cut up, but it's worth it.
You can get someone to buff it
I
out.
put some rubbing alcohol on $100 bill and just like dab on my ass.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah. Oh, peroxide. You're
Yes.
right. My apologies. Peroxide. So then what do you use rubbing alcohol for?
It's for disinfecting.
Disinfecting cuts.
Yeah, you disinfect it, but
So then what
is
peroxide for?
You put peroxide on because it doesn't burn, but sometimes you don't you can disinfect without using. Like, say, for instance, your eye.
Mm-hmm.
You can put peroxide in your eye. You can put alcohol in your eye.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
You know?
so...
And then sometimes it's just like the wound. It's like you don't need to use the alcohol because it's going to burn. Like, if you have a really big cut or something, like alcohol could be good for sometimes, but maybe a burn, maybe alcohol might not be good. So it's just the difference. When I was little, I used to love when I got a scrape and we would put the peroxide on it because you could see it bubble.
Of course.
That
Of course
was
you would
always
love this.
Really cool. I used to pour peroxide on like the floors and stuff to see where there could be like because it'll bubble up sometimes on things, and I used to do that all the time. I was wasting lots of peroxide.
Yeah, you were wasting. You were a wasteful fucking kid.
I was. Okay, so let's take it to
the bridge.
some fun portions, or kind of fun. We'll see. Hulu is doing a documentary on Freaknik.
Yes.
And the Gen Xers are shook.
Why?
Okay, because they are worried that it's going to expose them. This woman on TikTok named Tina was saying, like, damn, this is about to expose people.
Yeah, like
and she said
if anything, sup Matt, how's it going?
hey,
I want to see. Finally, I want to know.
happy birthday, Matt.
Happy birthday. Aries in the building. The Aries boys on the building tonight. Oh, and I'm feeling right. Wait, when does my birthday land on a Wednesday? I think it's on a Thursday, actually.
No, but I know you were born on a Wednesday.
Why do you know that?
Because I was born on a Wednesday.
So, but why did you?
I looked it up.
Why did you look that up?
I did. I was curious to see what day you were born.
Just trying to figure out if we're compatible.
Of course.
Jesus. Ridiculous. Air horns.
Anyway, the aunties and uncles are scared.
Yeah, Mom, guess what? We have evidence of what happened at Freaknik, and we're about to expose the shit out of you.
So I think that it goes two ways. One, the aunties who were busting it wide open at Freaknik.
Busted wide open.
And then wanted to come back now and try to talk about people like Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B and all that. And they act like they're so scandalized. Meanwhile, they were doing all the things that they wanted to do when they were the same age. They're the ones that are scared. But also, the nasty uncles.
Yes.
Who were at Freaknik, who turned Freaknik into something that it wasn't. Because as someone who grew up always seeing Freaknik, and like I wanted to go so bad because I was like, this just looks so fun. And my mom would be like, you better not. You're never going. If I see you on TV on Freaknik, you getting out of this house. Ridiculous. But it's because every time we would see videos of it, it looked like girls going wild.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what Freaknik
exactly
is.
what it
It's our grandmas gone wild. Or our moms, our parents.
Both, yeah.
It's basically for our
moms
parents.
and aunties and uncles. Your pastor is gonna be freaking at Freaknik. But like the men, even though when Freaknik first started, it was like a big fun like homecoming celebration and all that. But then it started to get more of a reputation of. It's like, oh, the same way our homecoming is a part. It's like a jubilation, and like, yeah, there's fun, sexy times.
But it turned into a turn-up sex.
It turned into and the Freaknik turned into freaky, and then like you had all these men who would go there assuming that they were going to be having sex, and assuming that everyone was just DTF, and they would be going there and assaulting people. The same thing that happens at our homecoming, because you have men with no behavior, unfortunately, and they ruin things every time. So it would be curious if they show all those different ports of Freaknik. I want to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. I want to know what the rappers and the celebrants were doing. I want to know what the people who are now presidents of universities were doing. I want to
see Michelle and Barack Obama and what they were doing at Freaknik, because I know for a fact that they were there. I know. I would put money down on it. They have to have been there.
I hope we get a Freaknik too. Actually, one of my best friends, she said for her 35th birthday.
It's just like hedonism too. Like it's just called Freaknik too. Like forever. Like we just instill a Freaknik. Oh my goodness. It would give me a reason to go down south.
I would go to
Freaknik. Barack would have been chill as fuck. Michelle, though.
She would have been like cute and classy, but she would have been the one wearing like a bikini top with a denim shirt tied over it. She would have had a pair of Daisy Dukes that weren't too daisy, but like did come up like right under the cheek. Yes. She would have on a pair of like cute Keds. Her hair would be in like
she would totally classily twerk.
She would either have braids or a bob with the middle part. And like she would have a very natural makeup. Like it would be looking good. She would be looking good. And I think that they would have met, they would have had fun, they would have been seen like posted up on a car, and he would have been like standing over her, macking to her. It would have been cute. Yeah. I would have appreciated that. I think she is. I think she's an honorary AKA now.
Ooh, yeah.
So she would have been cute there. I can't wait to see it, and we will. You know what? We're gonna watch it, review it.
Yeah. Sure.
Watch out now.
Sure.
Okay, so I have some news about my boo Adnan. Adnan Syed, whose story was chronicled on Serial. Apparently his murder conviction has been reinstated, but he doesn't need to go back to jail. The appeals court ruled that
it's been commuted.
No, so initially he was commuted, and that's why he got to go home.
Yeah,
but now they're reinstating the conviction. Last Tuesday, a Maryland court ruled to reinstate the murder conviction, putting, now they're saying his fate's up in the air. But they said it's a technicality, and the appeals court ruled that the original decision violated Heyman Lee's family's right to be notified and attend the hearing where the charges were vacated. In a 2-1 decision, the appeals court ruled that there would be a new hearing on Saeed's charges, allowing Heyman Lee's brother, Young Lee, to attend in person.
They did that shit on purpose. How the hell do you not notify the family of the victim?
They said the original one was held over Zoom, so I don't know. Maybe they weren't invited to the Zoom call.
If you don't give the Zoom people the fucking Zoom password and the link, it's not that hard to drop a Zoom link.
He did. They said that he went to the trial over Zoom, but then they say that it wasn't in person, so that's the technicality. So we'll see. I don't know. I feel like that case, it's difficult to say whether or not it is, everything that happened was right or not. I just feel like there's so many questions that I can't say for sure that he did it or not. And I just feel like the police didn't do their job because they just jumped on him for being a brown Muslim boy, and they weren't doing as much due diligence to find the right person because she was just this Asian girl. And they were like, whatever, we'll just put whoever in jail and not really care about who really did it. So I don't know. That's what I got from my serial investigative reporters. Maybe, they actually did a good job, but if he's out now, that means somebody had some questions that need to be answered.
Right.
Okay. Some snurdy news.
We're going to have to do this relatively quick.
Yes. I also see the time.
Okay. I'm just making sure that you do.
Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate you.
You're very welcome.
Passive
aggressive ass.
I'm not being passive aggressive. I was being honest. I do appreciate you.
Okay.
So my favorite show
Boo.
is going to be coming back by being done by one of my favorite directors. The X-Files is having a reboot by Ryan Coogler, and it's going to be a very diverse, modern reboot, and I am very, very excited about this.
I could take it or leave it, quite frankly.
You can't tell me that when you watch
First off,
Scully and Mo,
you can't even say their fucking names correctly. How dare you sit here and be like, "Ooh, it's my favorite fucking show," and you can't even say Scully and Mulder.
Sculder is like one of their ship names.
Oh, so what? Like, oh my goodness. Like, you terrorized me with that goddamn, Mongoloid episode where they beat the shit out of that black sheriff and his wife.
Worst one. And
this one was watching X-Files for all of October, and I thought, after October, we're finally going to be done with X-Files. No! X-Files was still on my goddamn TV afterwards.
Once you start, you can't stop. You have to finish it. But I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it, and Ryan, you better not let me down. Also, yes. Also, did you hear about the new Barbie movie?
Yeah, there's gonna be
Barbie.
Michael Cera's gonna be Paul or something like that. He's not Ken.
No, he's not Ken. Ernie or something.
Yeah.
But that's all this talk about Barbie, and everyone's been using the social media generator to create pictures of themselves. I found out about this woman who is from my people's home place,
Long Island.
No, Spartanburg, South Carolina. That's where my pop-pop's family's from.
Okay.
That's where my pop-pop's from.
Okay, I thought I thought you were talking about Nigeria.
No, I have two peoples. I got peoples here and I got peoples there, and I'm proud of them both.
Okay.
So, this fashion designer named Kitty Black Perkins was the first black designer for Barbie when they hired her. She was 28. And she was hired in 1976, and 4 years later, she designed the first black Barbie. So when she retired, she was chief designer for Barbie. Mm-hmm. She's beautiful, she's black, she's everything you'd want to be. She's Barbie.
Cool.
Well, you could talk about this.
WWE has been bought by Endeavor, which is the parent company of the UFC. There's going to, Vince McMahon came back in order to sell the company. Honestly, as far as buyers are concerned, it could have been way worse. Like there was at one point the Saudi that
would have sucked.
The Saudi group was in the running of contention. It would have been fun if like a Disney would have bought it, because like all I could think of was just like the various matches between like Elsa versus Becky Lynch, or various like, you know, just Disney characters like now being conglomerated with WWE. But as far as this is concerned, like it makes sense. It makes sense that the UFC's parent company would want to like invest in WWE. So we're gonna see what, if any, changes occur.
Yeah. They said there won't be any changes made, they always say that.
Yeah, they always say that. There's currently a hiring freeze in WWE, and there's probably going to be, you know, some downsizing, some firings, and some layoffs coming just because of redundancies.
Yeah.
Like, between, like, the two companies, just making sure that, like, everything is more streamlined, cutting the fat, and everything like that.
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah,
we were watching that the other day.
We were, and not the original Celebrity Deathmatch. It was the rebooted one,
like 2006.
Yeah, Chris Rock versus The Rock.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
Yeah,
compared to the original.
Although now they would probably do like Chris Rock versus Will Smith.
Yes, that's true, and we would get some good comedy.
Yeah, get some good commentary out of that.
I used to like Celebrity Deathmatch. I felt like it was interesting, like the way that they would, because they would be just like pushing on the stereotypes of the two celebrities, but they probably wouldn't do something like that now. Yeah. All right. So
should we?
I'm gonna say this last thing really quickly because I have been horrified by the story, and I just would like everyone to use it as a PSA. This man and this woman have a married couple with 3 children, took a DNA test and found out that they are cousins.
They clearly didn't have a wedding. Because
no, they did. They had a wedding. They're like they know they when they did the swab, they said they're probably related between they're between 2nd and 8th cousins. I don't know. But like they had a wedding. Like it's very weird. No, they said that no one realized they were related. Their families have met a bunch of times, and they were only with each other for a few months before they got married. And this is what I want people to remember. When you have familial relations, like, I'm not relations as in sex, as in like these people are your family. There is an inherent chemistry that you're going to have because that is your family. That's why when you see people, you maybe haven't seen them in 20, 30 years, they're your family, you can connect, and you're going to feel like you're gelling. And sometimes, if you don't know that you're family, that type of thing can happen too. And now, boom, you're married. And I just think that we need to go back to doing DNA tests before we allow people to get married. Because they used to do that before. I don't know why we've stopped.
I would say we should do DNA tests just to for friendship as well. Like, just because, like, if you bond with somebody and you're like, oh, you know what, I think of you like a sister, do a DNA test. And then it'd be like, oh, turns out you're my sister from another mister. You're my brother from another mother. Oh, turns out we are second cousins twice removed because our families went to Freaknik.
Slave trade? Well, oh, yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, people, please. This is not the first. This is like the third.
Sup, bust down.
This is like the third or fourth person in the last month that I have seen this happen to. And I just want to say, people, please do a DNA test. And also, make sure that your family knows your other family. Don't try to hide. If you have a second family, don't try to hide that family. Tell your people, because you know why? People can't be a secret. Somehow, some way, we're going to find out, And the worst way to find out
is at the funeral.
Well, I was going to say
because then there's no explanation.
You have to get like a blood test for something, and you realize you're
oh yeah, I guess that would be also.
Because it's just like, do you want to be the family that has to talk about your children or cousins and siblings? Mm-hmm. No. And it's just, we don't stop it.
Yeah.
But we will be right back because our Instagram is about to cut us off, and we got to come back so we can do our mental health section, what's been pissing us off, what's been making us happy, and all the other stuff.
Yes. So we will be back with more of the Black and Sturdy podcast.
You're listening to the Black and Snurdy podcast.
We now return to the Black and Snurdy podcast.
I don't know how much longer you're gonna be. So I say my prayers every night. One for my mother, one for my father, and one for the love of my life. So if you decide to leave today, then leave tomorrow at the door, and take only half of yesterday, and forget all hope for the present, 'cause it just went away. Steps from eternity, we are 4 steps past love and 3 wishes. We were 3 wishes, ooh, from touching the heavens above to you. Another day is gone, another night now dawn, waiting patiently for your return, but not before long. Would you say goodbye? I still feel your presence in forbidden night, and when reality was, I love you before, it's now added pain, forever's gone, forced to wear the memories of pain around the heavy night. I sit in silence and begin to think as laughter echoes through the air. I can't get you out my mind, but I hold you, love, I could never bear. Ooh. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray, my Lord, thy soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, then I promise I'll be there for you always. We were 5 steps from eternity. 4 steps past love and 3 wishes. We were 3 wishes. Ooh. Touching the heavens above us, so you know. All right, enough of that.
I don't know why you sing Drew Hill, because then it makes me want to sing.
Well, I didn't think of a song.
I know.
It was the first song that came in my mind.
I knew that. I was like, one moment you started singing, I was like, oh, it's because he forgot about a song, and that's
hey,
too.
Let that be known for a Baltimore boy like myself. If ever I can't think of a song, it'll probably end up just being Drew Hill.
Listen, you gotta represent. Okay?
I do. I show out, show out, running, back out, Get right. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
Okay.
What I mean. Okay.
The mental health question. Oh wait, where's the drop?
Hold on. Give me a second.
You were so busy 5-stepping that you forgot that each week we discuss each other's mental health. We check in on our mental health journeys, and we just like to see how we're doing because we're mental health advocates,
Not experts. All right. So what's the mental health question this week?
Okay. Would you rather be married to someone who's a control freak or super easygoing? Do you want me to answer this first or you answer it first?
You go first.
Okay, this one is really, really difficult.
How is it difficult?
This is it.
How you gonna ask me who should go first, and then you can't even answer the question?
I didn't say I wanted to go first because I wanted to answer it first. I just wanted to know which one of us was going to go first because I knew that was going to be my answer either way. Mm-hmm. This is why this answer is difficult because I think that as someone who is balanced,
You should. Wait, what do you mean?
I'm balanced in between needing control and being easygoing. There's a lot of things that I'm very easygoing about. And there are things that I'm not easygoing about. And I don't know why you're making that face because I am
Hey, look,
very easy.
We are all the protagonists of our own story. So we all view ourselves in certain lights. That's just how you view yourself. And who am I to say differently?
I am an easy
fact
breezy
is what I am.
Beautiful cover girl. No, I like when people are able to be easy breezy and go with the punches and go with the flow. Mm-hmm. However, I also like when people are able to be like regimented and like sticking to the rules in certain cases.
Can I answer for you?
What?
Control freak.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, you would probably it would probably behoove you to be with somebody who is more of a control freak.
Because someone who's super easygoing all the time is not good. I can't. There's times you need to be
decisive. Yes.
And because I'm an indecisive person.
Yes, the Lord
and
you are.
I need decisions to be made and action to be taken when that's not the part that I can fill. Because there's lots of parts I can fill. But I need that assistance. But being someone who's super easygoing, who's just not going to take any initiative at all, what would be like, that's terrible. That'd be terrible. And that would make my already stretched executive functions so much worse.
Side note, are you the kind of person who would be mad if you went to the same place for your birthday 2 years in a row?
Would I be mad? I would be appreciative of all gestures, sure. However, would I want to go to the same place 2 years in a row? No. Because I like having new dining experiences.
God damn it, I'm never going to get back to Fogo de Chao.
There's plenty of other times we can go to a Fogo de Chao.
When?
Anytime.
When?
Pick a time and go.
When?
Just pick a time and go. Anytime. We don't have to only go there.
I have a birthday coming up.
No, that's already, your birthday plans have already been solidified. We're not changing the place. But if you want to go as a separate time, sure. We can go in May or anytime. Just to go. That sounds fun.
We're already doing something in May, though.
So it's gonna be. We can go in. I don't know. At some point, we can go. There's no stipulations.
We say that we're gonna go, and then we never end up going.
I will schedule.
I guarantee you, this is gonna be one of those fucking things. I'm never gonna get back to Fogo de Chao. That's all I want to do. Go to fucking Fogo de Chao.
Schedule a
They have so much fucking meat there.
I'm gonna schedule
so
a
many
time.
different types of meat that they just come through and they fucking slice it off and everything like that. And to answer your question, I would prefer somebody who's easygoing because I would prefer somebody who's more easygoing.
Because
because I'm a bit of a control freak. As much as I can be easygoing in a lot of instances, I recognize the control freak in me.
all right.
Control freak me, baby. That's the name of the episode. That's the name of the episode. Hey Matt, if you're still watching, remind me that this episode's name is Control Freak Me Baby.
Damn
Yes.
it. I'm sorry. So, okay. Well, yes, yours is easygoing and mine's control freak. Those are yins.
I have 2 laptops
To the
up here.
yangs.
Hopefully it'll be 3 soon.
No, why? Why do you need more?
Because this one's so slow. I'll just
Well,
pretend that this is the one that I've been working on.
That's true.
And I'll say,
This
like,
one
yeah.
would be a good teleprompter one.
Like we need a teleprompter.
I need one.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, man.
Um,
And you're gonna have a lot of fun meeting my dad at my birthday game night.
I can't wait till everybody meets your dad.
Yeah, it's gonna
It's
be
just
fun.
like you, just older.
Exactly.
It's gonna be fun. All right, so
I'm worried that there's gonna be too many people.
there's not gonna be too many people. It's fine.
That's so many people.
It's gonna be. Do you know how many? You've been to my apartment,
Yes.
and do you know how many
Well,
successful?
that's because you pack them in.
No, but this is the thing.
like sausages in a
I
fucking
would have
casing.
the first time I had a party, I said, this is going to be too many people. I don't know how people are going to fit in here. No one's going to stay, and no one's going to have fun.
So many
However,
people too.
every year, people will be asking me, when are you going to have another party? Wow, Ode, that party was so fun. When are we going to do it again? When's the next one? People still be talking about my parties right now. I'm not saying we're going to be having 1 million people here. It's going to be a normal amount. It's going to be a good amount. It's going to be a good vibe. And there's going to be people. Matt, do you mind sometimes having to stand up and wait for a seat? I think this is a good beta test. If you go to a party, like a kickback, and it's like, okay, maybe you can sit on the floor, but like, if there's like 20 people, but there's only 10 chairs.
For those of y'all
Does
listening,
that bother you?
For those of y'all listening on the podcast, for the audio listeners, we do a live stream every time we record these podcasts, and you could give live feedback too if you if you join us for the live broadcast.
Yeah, like you're standing up and waiting. It's kind of like you're on the subway, except for you're drinking and eating snacks. You'll be meandering about. You're watching when people are going to get up.
For snacks?
I'm taking care of the
All
snacks.
right. Okay. For both?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's going to be chill.
Okay. Do I need to get anything from Amazon?
I'll let you know.
Okay. Well, let me know soon.
Yes.
'Cause
You're going to stand up and be drinking and chatting. You're going to be eating a snack. You're going to be waiting for somebody to get up so that you can sit there in their seat. But it's like it's a rotation.
Yeah, it's
when
a
you're
rotation.
at a party, you rotate the seats. And people are going to have fun. The only person that if they want to have a seat the whole time will be your dad. But he's not. He's going to be talking around, walking around,
He's
enjoying himself.
he's an interesting character.
He's going to be having fun. People are going to
I'm gonna have
enjoying
Heinekens
themselves.
and tequila for him to drink. And my nephew, I hope my nephew has fun.
He's going to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, and I hope that your cousins come.
We have to invite the other one.
I was thinking about that earlier today.
Yeah, just.
'Cause I was going to tell your dad.
It dawned on me. It dawned on me.
Yeah.
Like I didn't invite. I know why I only invited the one, but the other one should probably also get an invite.
Yeah, because it's sometimes, you know, with the thing that happens with siblings,
Yeah.
is people invite one of you thinking that you're gonna
expecting that
yeah.
both of them will.
But
come.
I'm like, don't just invite Sade. Invite me too, so that I can. I mean, I'm gonna come either way.
Yeah.
But like, send me the information.
Yeah, of course.
Now,
Okay, so
birthdays. We're not talking about your birthday right now. We're talking about your mental health. How have you been? What's been going on?
I've been depressed because I haven't been able to go to Fogo de Chao. My mental health has deteriorated into an abysmal malaise. Every day just feels the same, and quite frankly, I don't know how much longer I can go on with it unless I can get to Fogo de Chao.
All right.
No.
Writes
no,
that
no.
in my notes.
No. So no. This week has been fine. Okay, I have my psychiatry appointment coming up soon. I was thinking that maybe in a couple months, maybe I should go back to therapy.
Like summer or fall?
It's not necessarily that I need it, but it's
Just a
nice to
check-in.
have something to check in on.
Yeah, once every few months.
Maybe once a month.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just thinking like
When do you plan on starting?
it'll depend on how the summer goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Although
I wanna be in the summer before I figure out if this is
I feel like
and
this-
it also will depend on if we get summer Fridays. Okay? So
And make sure your
if
mental health's
anyone
better.
from my company is watching, if you want me to have good mental health, then maybe give us half a day on Fridays.
I hope they start doing. I think that we had half. I think I might have had half days this year.
How's your mental health journey?
Well, I will say that spending.
Oh my goodness!
Am I yelling?
You were just louder than normal.
Normal. Oh.
Yeah.
Spending.
Projecting is fine.
Spending what was I? How long was I gone?
You were gone for like a little over a week, right?
Yeah. Okay, I was in Thailand for about a week, as you can see from my beautiful chocolatey glow. I feel like that made my mental health. I felt great. Excuse me? Excuse me?
Nothing. I didn't say
You
anything.
were mumbling something back there.
I didn't say anything.
Well, I looked really chocolatey, which helped with my mental health. And I was in the sun. All that vitamin D assisted me in my mental health. And just not being in trash-ass America, to be honest, always helps with my mental health. I was...
This is America.
And you know, honestly, I would say I did not feel stressed out while I was on this trip with work, because I did do a really good job, I feel like, patting myself on the back. I did a good job before I left of making sure that well before I left, I had conversations with everyone. I made sure everything was in place. So, like, I finished up all my stuff, so I didn't have anything, like, that could have been coming in.
You packed everything back up and made sure you didn't leave anything overseas.
And I didn't.
Good.
Okay, actually, I did leave one thing. Do you want to know what it was? I bought this really cute souvenir hat. And it was like one of those like little Vietnamese, like, come over here. And I was so excited because I had it, I bought it on the beach, and I couldn't wait to show you. So I go, come over here. And I left it on the plane. But this is why you can't have terrible long time.
Wait, you left it on the plane?
Yeah. It was in the little overhead hatch thing. And the reason why I left it, because I didn't put it up there. I had put it by my feet. And the lady was like, oh, we need to put it up there. And I was so drowsy and crazed for my lack of sleep and my super long flight that I didn't remember it. I mean, I have everything else that was important, and honestly, it cost like $2, so it wasn't like a real loss, but it was such a cute little Vietnamese hat.
One of those kind of like,
yes, the
like
slanted
wide
ones.
cone.
And then it's like, come over here.
That's, first off, that's not even the character.
What's the character that goes?
You're thinking of the character who uses the hat as the weapon.
Oh, wait.
Scorpion is the one who has the reptilian hands. No, he doesn't have a hat.
Who's the one that has the hat?
Matt, you might know this. Who's the Mortal Kombat character who has the hat? I feel like it's oh my goodness. It's not Raiden. It's not Raiden. This is gonna bother me for the rest of the night. But Scorpion does not have a hat. Scorpion is like, get over here, like
with his hand.
Yeah, but he has like a uniform. Oh, it is Raiden. Raiden is the one who has the hat. He attacks with his hat. I thought Raiden was the one with the lightning. All right, it's fine.
He have both?
It's fine. This is gonna bother me for the rest of the night. Oh,
Liu Kang.
Maybe it's Liu Kang.
Okay, well, I was just very prepared to come here with my hat and pretend I was from Mortal Kombat.
You were gonna throw it at me, and then I was
gonna be like, whoosh, whoosh. And then you're gonna be like, oh, you're ridiculous. Then I was gonna laugh, but I forgot it. But
Kung Lao. There it is, Kung Lao. He's the one with the deadly hat. There we go. Whew. That was going to fuck me up for the rest of the night if I didn't check it out. Anyhow, continue. Continue with your mental health journey. You went to Thailand. Everything is fine.
So I mean, I would say I had a great time there. I was I was dealing with like anxiety. I feel like I have social anxiety around my family, even with like me and my cousins were all really close, but I still have social anxiety within that. Mm-hmm. Like within being around my cousins.
Yeah.
And not because they're giving me any sort of anxiety. It's just that it's like we don't spend that much time with each other. Like we spend compared to most people, I feel like we spend more time together than most cousins. But I just never want to do anything or say anything to them that's gonna like, I don't know, hurt their feelings or something, or like make them not want to talk to me. And I know that that's silly because my cousins know who I am and they love me for who I am, and I love them for who they are in all the ways that they are. But I feel like as you get older, it's like there's more little things that go on, and I don't want to like alienate people on accident, which is always been an anxiety of mine. I think that sometimes my easygoing nature can cause people to think that like I am like being rude or like being in a way that I'm not trying to be.
Right.
And so I try to be so mindful of that without being without like not being who I am regularly. But I know that's just like the anxiety talking, because either way, my cousins are gonna love me.
Yeah,
and we're gonna be having fun because I love them through all their weird and ridiculous ways, and I know that they feel the same. So that was it. I was just like, trying to be really good at being in the present. I did write in my journal a little bit, which is hard for me to remember to do, but I did, and I was glad about that. And I just tried to be really present and enjoy my time there, and it was fun.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Since I got back, I would say that I'm sad and depressed that I'm not in Thailand anymore.
But that's and you're fucking sleeping at weird hours of the day because
I can't help it. I was exhausted.
you can help it. You
And
can
I was
force
exhausted.
yourself to
I've been
stay
trying.
awake.
I've been trying to do
It's-
that.
I'm gonna start pouring water on you in the afternoons. Like just
I'm not
splash
going
you
to
with a
sleep
fucking
on
cup of
purpose.
water.
You, Mister, look who's talking. You fall asleep at every
Yeah,
possible
because
moment.
That's because I love to sleep. You hate sleep.
I
so-
do not.
Yes,
hate-
you do.
No, I do not.
You hate
I love
sedentary
sleep.
lifestyles. I don't even know why we're friends because like
I love
we're
sleep.
fucking night and day when it comes to you want to do all of the things and I want no part of it.
I love and enjoy sleep. I just can always sometimes find a thing to do outside of it.
Anyhow, we
know?
can move on because Yeah.
But that was it. What is your?
I already did mine.
You did yours. Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, great. Go to our next section. Gripes. Right here.
And Matt, let me know if you could hear this.
Bringing it. What? We griping. We're not griping anywhere else. We griping. This safe space for us to share. We griping. We ain't griping anywhere else. We griping.
I turned the volume down so that it's not like super duper loud. Okay, good. Yeah, I was worried that like I think I need to have the drops like at this level as far a little bit of a behind the scenes production note for anybody who's listening to the podcast. I know that the drops have been blaring in your ears the last fucking few episodes. It's because I've had the volume up for the drops so that the Instagram followers can hear the drops through the stereo. But I'm trying to find like a nice even sort of pattern or an even sort of middle ground when it comes to the volume for the stereo versus the volume for the podcast, so that podcast listeners aren't just like inundated with like, you know, our dulcet tones and then a loud drop, you know. So and that was a production note. So what's making you mad right now?
I went first last time.
No, I went first last time.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Oh. All right. So I'm gonna try to really keep all these things brief. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the ones that are like faster first.
Yes.
And then I will move on to the last one, which is gonna be having me the most fired up.
Yes.
Okay. 1. I hate Caitlyn Jenner.
Yes.
I wish she would go away. I wish that she was not a trans representative. Because honestly, she's an op. She's like a
She is the ops.
She's the op. She's like a Candace Owens. Like, there's so
She's
week.
the Candace Owens of trans individuals.
Every week,
A community.
we are getting more and more anti-trans, anti-queer, across the board bills and things coming out of these different states like Florida or Texas or wherever. And people are constantly trying to fight against the bigotry, and there are a lot of different companies who are trying to create a more inclusive environment and display, I guess, I don't know if you would call it solidarity, but like putting money behind campaigns with marginalized people in them.
Yeah. Getting influencers.
Exactly. So Nike signed an endorsement deal with Dylan Mulvaney, and she's a trans woman. Honestly, I follow Dylan. I don't know where, like, I can't say where I knew them from. I think it was just something that I just saw them on my timeline and I thought they were funny, and I started following them. They didn't follow me, but hopefully one day. So
one day at a time.
Dylan, who has been showcasing her transition on her Instagram, and has really been very vocal about being trans and what that means for her, and all the different ups and downs she's experienced. And her recent campaign was obviously like a really big deal for both herself and trans people.
This is Mulvaney?
Mulvaney, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny enough because, quite frankly, Caitlyn Jenner is not the only person who is not supportive of Mulvaney.
Oh, who else is in supporting?
Fuck Kid Rock. Because Anheuser-Busch is working, the parent company of like Bud Light is also working with Mulvaney. And Kid Rock is just like, I'm not gonna be working.
Oh, I remember that, but I forgot. Honestly, I didn't realize it was her. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
fuck Kid Rock too.
Fuck both of them. Caitlyn Jenner was mad that she got the endorsement, and she said she was upset that Nike was going so woke, and then tried to make a comparison where a few years ago, I don't know if you've heard about this, but Allison Felix, who is an Olympian, she was pregnant, and in 2017, and they dropped her from her campaigns after offering her a 70% pay cut and denying her maternity leave during her pregnancy. She was like, no. She went on to create her own deal with I think it might have been Adidas, or she made her own sneaker company. It was like a few years ago when she was in the Summer Olympics. Yeah. But it's like, we don't need to be pitting women against each other. If Nike did something shitty to another woman, that means that they should be held accountable for that. Yes. And it does not mean that we should be pushing it against each other. It's that is Nike doing better than what they were doing in 2017 when she got pregnant? And what are they doing with other Olympic or whatever sports stars that are coming through that are facing those similar challenges? How are they working with them? What are they doing to make sure they're atoning for their shenanigans before? It is not let's pit them against each other, because otherwise, like, that just doesn't work, and it's stupid.
Right.
So again, hate her. Would never want to date her. She's the worst.
Yes. And also Kid Rock as well.
And Kid Rock.
Fuck Kid Rock.
Fuck both of them.
Both of them
They're
can
terrible.
kick bricks.
They're both terrible people, and we are unfortunate enough to have them in our timeline.
The only reason why I have a fondness for that one Kid Rock song,
My
American.
name is Kid. That one?
No. The I am American Badass.
Oh,
it's because that was the Undertaker's theme song during his biker phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. But otherwise, I could give a fuck else about Kid Rock. Eminem beat the shit out of you in your little white boy beef.
That was
back
funny.
in the 90s.
That was funny.
Yeah. Like, Eminem, and this is the only time I'm going to big up Eminem because, again, he makes military music. So. But Eminem all day over Kid Rock. Kneeling at the fucking... Anyhow, that's neither.
Well,
what else is pissing you off?
All right. So Tennessee lawmakers, Representative Justin Pearson and Justin Jones.
The Justins.
The Justins. Oh, that's a good name for them, the Justins.
This Justin.
They were expelled by their Republican colleagues in Tennessee this last week, it was very controversial. They were protesting gun control measures, and because Tennessee just had a deadly school shooting.
Yes.
But they're fighting to get their seats back, and I'm just pissed off about the situation in general because I forget the name of the lawmaker who said after it was one of the many gun shootings at a school or somewhere, public shooting, where the person in government was like, we can't change anything, we can't do anything, we can't help anything, we don't know what to do. And that's what they keep doing every single time someone gets shot. And that's just not true. There's many of things that we could do. You're just refusing to do them. You don't want to have background checks. I just, when I was away, news came out, I want to say it was Florida, where DeSantis had signed a bill that meant you could have a concealed weapon regardless of background checks, regardless of whether or not you went through all the usual preemptive screenings to get this gun, you just can have it. And I just every day want to leave America because this is what's being forced into what's normal when it's not normal. And the people who are being paid to govern us are not doing anything to say, no, we're going to change things. We're going to find a way to fix this. We're going to work with our constituents to figure out where we're going wrong. They just keep doubling down on the bullshit.
See, hot take. I don't know who that representative was that said that, hey, there's nothing that we can do. I actually appreciated that because if you read between the lines, what they're saying, he's not saying, oh, there's nothing that we can do. He's saying there's nothing that we can do. What he means is there's nothing that we will do.
Yes. That's it. There's nothing that
the gun complex is so ingratiated and ingrained in American politics that they're literally not going to do shit. And I just appreciated someone being as close to fully on. That was 50% honest.
Yeah.
As possible.
It's nothing.
I'm tired of this rhetoric of just of being silent or pretending and wishing thoughts and prayers for gun violence from political representatives when they're not doing anything to actually change things. If you're not gonna fucking change things, just be honest and say that you're not gonna fucking change things.
Yeah.
I want things to change. I want to make that clear. I'm not saying I don't want things to change. But
you just rather people be honest.
I want people to be honest and upfront.
I was just say, you know what? I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it because it'll be too hard because I'm worried people won't vote for me.
Yeah.
Be I have more power.
I get
this
kickbacks
way.
from big
the
fucking
NRA
gun.
is already doing
NRA is the creation of the NRA was the worst fucking thing to happen.
And you know what? It was
country.
But the thing about the NRA is the moment black people started joining the NRA and getting guns, then all of a sudden that's when gun laws started getting more important. So I feel like every black person, we should start getting our license.
Yes, we should. Well,
we should get. I didn't say get a gun. I said start getting your license.
Yeah,
start filing up at those gun.
Every
places.
black person join the NRA.
See what happens.
Every black person join the NRA and see what happens.
What happens.
And don't take this fucking quote, isolating it and taking it out of context. Because if, in my mind, if every black person joins the NRA, then the government will have to crack down on it.
I'm just saying, we need to use, what is this, reverse privilege?
Yeah, reverse
privilege.
Black people have reverse privilege.
Use your reverse privilege for good.
Yes.
Join the NRA.
Maybe that should be the episode.
Reverse privilege.
Reverse privilege.
Hey, I'll be with it. All right, so that was it. And then okay, the last thing that I'm going to talk about that has pissed me off.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. I see what's going on. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Boo boo. It's okay, boo boo.
I feel like the words don't even want to come out of my mouth because of how horrified, how angry, how just I just feel like, am I in a simulation? I'm just gonna get it. I'm just gonna say it.
You want me to say it?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Jonathan Majors.
You done goofed. You done fucked up.
Why, Lord, why?
Civil War face ass.
Who in heaven, who is trolling me? I don't understand.
Oh, that made me laugh.
Like, it's like every once in a while, you get just the perfect black actor.
Mm-hmm.
Black male actor. I'm talking about specifically, I'm talking about the men.
Sidney Poitier.
You get a Sidney,
Denzel
you get a Denzel,
Washington.
you get a Chadwick.
Chadwick Boseman.
You get these beautiful, it's like, you're beautiful, you can act, you have depth, you have charisma, you are holding the black actor mantle on your shoulders, and we are so excited to see what you have in store. Yes. Especially because we don't really get as many talented black people that there are in Hollywood. We don't often get to see all that talent. Mm-hmm. And usually by the time we do, it's like later in life. So you really appreciate getting to have young black actors who are doing the damn thing, who are making you proud, who are just beyond words. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, he is just a gorgeous human specimen. He's like everything about him. Like the fact that people would joke about him being like this, Civil War face man. Like I love how blackety black this man looks, and just the blackness that just emanates off him. There's no racial ambiguity. You just know that this is a black man who one of your ancestors probably looked like.
Yes, wide nose, big lip.
I love his Jackson 5 nostrils.
And I don't say that in a bad way.
No,
I just say that as a description.
These are the good things that we loved about him.
Yeah.
And now I'm in my trip. Mm-hmm. I'm enjoying myself. I'm boarding the plane to go to Korea. And right before I board, I open up my Discord to see a Twitter thread. Jonathan Majors arrested for assault.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, what? I read the article, and it's like a woman who he's been allegedly with. It's possibly his girlfriend. Maybe they're dating. We don't know, but it's a romantic partner. And he's alleged to have beat her up and choked her over text messages, blah, blah, blah. Now, when I first read this, my first inclination, whenever I read a story about this nature, is like to believe the person who was harmed, and then like wait for more information. And so it's like in this end, I think in this situation, I feel like there was a little bit of like I will say there was a little bit of apprehension, because then it's like, okay, well, it's a white woman. And you know that white women have a precarious place with truth when it comes to black men.
Yes.
And so that was my last bit of hope before my phone went on airplane mode and I flew off. But then as I got off the plane and I'm reading more of the story, and I'm realizing, like, no, unfortunately, the Hotep conspiracies are not going to be applicable this time. Because whether, like, it's not just like a white woman who's trying to, like, damage his career and put him down a peg. She was just his girlfriend who saw some text messages, reached for his phone, and then ended up, unfortunately, getting assaulted, allegedly, by the man she's with. And as I continue to wait for more and more information, and his lawyers are like, we have video, we have text messages, and I would be like, great, that's awesome. And they release the text messages, and these are the worst text messages. Like, I don't know who his lawyer is, but they should be fired for releasing these text messages. Because there's nothing about anything you read in them that makes you think, oh, but maybe he's innocent. She's like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have reached for your phone. That sounds like victim behavior. I told them not, it's my fault and not to arrest you. Also sounds like victim behavior. I'm going to tell them not to press charges, and I don't want any of this happening to you. Like, none of this sounds like anything that would, negate the story. Because the woman is not the one who pressed charges. It was the police. Because they saw how badly she had been bruised and injured. Because the police could do that. If you are hurt, if you're hurt and the police see how badly you're hurt, and even if you don't want to press charges, they can press charges for you. Yeah. Because from the text messages, which is why I'm like, why would you release these? From the text messages, we learned that she had passed out and like fainted due to her injuries. So it's just like, this is a terrible situation. And I hate this so much. And the fact that she was bruised and bludgeoned, it's like, I want to know what evidence will be found to possibly exonerate you from being a trash-ass human being. And now, once that came out, there was people who were tweeting, oh, we've known for years that he's like this. That I have stories about him. And my question with these people is that if you knew he was like this, why did you not come out before? Like, is that a weird thing for me to say? Like, because I feel like on one hand, it's like, what were you doing to make sure that if it didn't happen to you and you heard about it, and you didn't have to out people who were harmed to say, this popular person that you love is causing harm in your community, and we think you should know, because that could have possibly helped other people from being harmed.
But the people who are saying this are just saying, like, he's an asshole, not like that he's
Well, that's the thing.
Aggressive
Most
monster.
of the people, I think there was only like maybe one or so tweet I saw that said that the person said he was aggressive. Otherwise, it was just being an asshole.
Yeah.
But it's like, did no one, of all these stories that people allegedly heard, were there no stories where people were saying that he was abusive?
I will say this. Like, we've known people who are assholes, right? Mm-hmm. And more times than not, do we warn other people that they're assholes, or do we ourselves just stay away from the asshole?
That's true.
So,
That's true.
The only time we warn anybody of being an asshole is if they somehow enter our sphere. Like, if they end up dating our friend or dating our family member or something, and then you give a warning. But by and large, we kind of let the assholes go unchecked by steering clear of those assholes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm also pissed off at him because of the fact that not only have you completely destroyed my 70s era, fantasy about you. Now you have just what about what are we gonna do with Kang? Are they gonna find someone new? What about Loki?
I think they're gonna, first off, like,
well, James
I
Gunn,
hate to say this.
James Gunn said he's not going to have that. Kang will not be in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which he was supposed to be in.
Yeah, but here's the fun thing. I think that Kang is ultimately going to be Jonathan Majors. Kang is ultimately going to be the Marvel's version of the actor who plays the Flash.
Oh, you think so? You think they're gonna keep him?
I think they're just gonna
what's
keep.
Their name?
What's their name?
I just watched
blanking
them
on
in
their
Punch
name.
of a Wallfire. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Well, so this is the thing. I think that if we don't get like concrete, like a video or images of something of this woman's face, and they put a bunch of speculation, I think they'll be able to get away with keeping him in the movie.
Yeah.
But it's if we get any video or something that shows him assaulting her, then I think they'll have to do it. But I mean, Ezra
Miller.
That's who it is. They could just use a different person.
They could
just use a different person, but that's what I'm curious
and
about.
it's a
Like,
variant.
will they pay for all those changes?
But who? I mean, Marvel has recast people before. I mean, they recast Don Cheadle when Terrence Howard was trying to get more money. They recast the most recent little girl who was
The daughter from Ant-Man?
the daughter from Ant-Man. They recast her. So they're not above recasting motherfuckers.
I'm sure there is a lovely black man out there who is not a vile human being and can keep his hands to himself, who you can recast. Now, did you hear anything about people saying that Jonathan Majors was on steroids? In my research, I was seeing that people were saying allegedly for Kang and for Creed that he had been on steroids, and you know that steroids can sometimes cause those rage reactions. Mm-hmm. So now that is where I would be curious. Were people giving him steroids so he can bulk up for these movies, and then these drugs causing him to have this reaction?
Hey there.
Hi, Mom. Have this reaction, which has aided in his, in this negative behavior, So it's like, if he was being given steroids, then I will give him
some grace.
I don't know if grace is the right word, but knowing if, steroids, that would, what's his name? Chris Benoit. That's the one that killed his family.
That
right?
killed his family because
So,
he had
like,
all those concussions and damaged his brain. Yes.
But wasn't there also speculation that he was taking steroids as well?
He was taking steroids, but it was mostly the concussions.
It was the concussions, but
and
it was like
the
something,
brain damage.
But it's like if someone is taking a drug that can alter their personality without them realizing it, and could cause them to do damaging things, then I think that there's more redemption in that than someone who is just a terrible asshole for no reason.
Right.
Okay. If that makes sense. I'm sorry. I have been talking for a long time.
Yes, you have.
Why did you let me talk this long?
What am I supposed to do? Stop you?
Yes.
Cut you off?
What are you angry about?
What am I angry about? I will not have any slander against Pinky. Okay? Pinky was trending the other day because she was in the gym and people were just like, oh my God, like, look how far she's fallen. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, don't body shame this poor...
she's not a poor woman. But
she's
yes,
not a poor
don't
woman.
body shame
Don't body
her.
shame
First
this
of
woman.
all, none of you guys would have been enjoying
Pinky got us through the 2000s, quite frankly. Pinky is still getting us through these years thanks to her website and introducing new actors and actresses.
Yes, actors and actresses.
Yes, new performers, new content creators.
First of all, if somebody is only if somebody...
Yes, she's making so much money off these fart videos. Like, she has... Yes, she has video... She has content in which she is farting.
Are you paying for these videos?
I'm not paying for shit. I'm
Are
just
you
aware of
watching
them.
her fart?
What?
Are you watching her fart?
I've seen it. I'm not watching it.
Well, why are you not watching it if you've seen it?
I just know there's literally a compilation on Pornhub.
Well, listen.
It's like
do not shame
of
Pinky
all of the videos. And
for
it's just like, okay,
gaining weight.
Yeah,
because everybody gains weight.
Everybody gains a little bit of weight, and look,
it's her body is her
I got
body.
A tummy.
Y'all
are
still
have to
having sex with
deal
her.
with this when my dad comes.
Stop it. Your body is your body. Love your body in all the ways that it is, and people are still going to want to fuck you, regardless of the way that your body is.
Yes.
So, leave Pinky alone, because
Shout out to
half
LS.
y'all couldn't even fuck her, whether her body was big or small.
Yes. If anybody should be shamed,
yeah, we
it
are
should
100%
be Ron.
shaming
Well,
Ron Jeremy.
yeah, we are shaming Ron Jeremy, and not necessarily because of his body,
not
but
because of his body,
he's a
because
fucking
he's a
creep. He's a goddamn creep and a perpetrator. So and a predator.
Anything else that makes you angry?
Anything else that's making me angry? Fuck you to the UPS guy who got mad because I didn't answer the buzzer. Like, my buzzer doesn't work. So I can't just buzz people in.
What do you mean you got mad?
He buzzed a bunch of times, and then he finally got in, and he delivered my package. And then when I opened the door to get the package, he was like, "Oh, so you can't buzz nobody in?"
Ew.
As he was walking away, and I'm like,
when did this happen?
This happened on Monday. You weren't here.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah,
I had words with him.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck you, UPS dude.
Just deliver the packages and go.
Yeah, or I think it might have been FedEx.
Whatever
Either
it
way.
was. But you know
way.
what? Fuck you, UPS, because you're the reason I don't have my new phone.
And fuck UPS. Fuck UPS and fuck FedEx.
And T-Mobile.
And T-Mobile.
I fucking called you to get my phone, and you told me that I could do one thing, and I can't do that, and I have to wait a whole nother week to get my phone.
Yes. So.
Okay, anything else that you're upset about?
Nope. That's
right.
everything. So let's hurry up. This is the things that are making us happy this week. And no damn fuss giver, baby merchant, just a week or two. I love the baby for you. I'll make this quick. Doing this podcast with you, my birthday coming up, my family that I'm going to be seeing very soon, the game night that I'm going to be having, the karaoke night that I'm going to be having, and you know what? The fact that I live in a country where, not a country. I live in a time where I can get food delivered to me without me having to make it. Anyhow, that's everything that's making me happy. What about you? Oh, and all of the shoes that I bought. Like, all those shoes.
They're very cool shoes.
They're I can't wait to wear them.
Well, what's making me happy this week? Well, I'm back. Even though I do miss Thailand, I am happy to be back seeing you.
Yes.
Because your fingers were so close to
my apologies.
I missed you while I was gone, so I'm glad that I can see you again. I'd rather if I could cut you from New York and bring you to Thailand, that would be better. But I'm glad that I get to see you and do this podcast with you. And what else? Oh, I bought Kata his first little Easter outfit, and he looked so cute. And he took pictures with the furry bunny, and he was not scared.
No,
and he let him hold him, which he does not let himself get held by anybody.
Yeah. That's good.
Work, was super chill this week, and that helped me out. So that next week I'll have something to do, and I'm happy to just have a playful heart and a playful, exuberant experience of life with you and everyone else that I encounter.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't like to play? Yes, you look so cute in those pictures.
I'm so glad that you missed my rant about Pinky.
Yeah, she didn't. She was here.
No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. No, she just came back.
Oh, we'll see. He didn't cry. He looked so cute.
Yeah, see? She missed it. Anyhow, is that anything else that's making you happy?
What else is making me happy?
If that's everything, then that's everything.
I think that is everything.
All right. Well, as I always say, if that's everything, then that's everything. Thank you all for joining us. You could follow us and figure out when we record these podcasts on the weekends. Of course, you'll find us on Wednesdays when we do Watch Out Wednesdays. And okay. Well, there you go. It's fine. I don't take it back. I stand by my rant because that's just who I am as a person. Anyhow, thank y'all for joining us on this episode of the Black and Sturdy podcast. And y'all have a good day. Thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like to contact the podcast, you can reach us via email at blackandsnerdypodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at Black and Snurdy Podcast, as well as on Twitter at Black and Snurdy. You can find me, Maurice, on all social media under the handle Licorish is Legit. That's LICORISH is legit.
And you can find me on Instagram. It's that's OD. THATSOD.E, and on Twitter, THATSOD_E. And don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe to us. Tune in next time to the Black and Sturdy podcast, where nerds of a feather flock together.
Remember?
Bye.
Boy.
Not yet.
No, this is keeping it. We're keeping this in. Don't forget to take your meds and your subs and drink water. Bye.
Bye.
I actually want to keep that.